Welcome back to the Coins channel. Today we are going deep into the world of a coin that many people ignore, a coin that millions of people have touched without knowing the real secret behind it, a coin whose value can shock you if you find the right one. Yes, we are talking about the rare 1971 Lincoln penny. This small copper coin may look ordinary, but its history, minting errors, metal composition and rare varieties have turned it into a highly collectible piece that can be worth far more than 1 cent. Some rare examples have surprised collectors across the world, and the market value in today's coin market can go extremely high depending on condition, strike, rarity, and the presence of errors. Imagine holding a coin minted more than 50 years ago. 1971 was a year full of changes in America. The Lincoln penny was still made of 95% copper and only 5% zinc and tin. These were heavy, solid coins with deep reddish-brown tones that collectors still love. At the Denver Mint, which is what the letter D stands for, thousands of workers and giant machines produced millions of these pennies. But during the minting process, not every coin came out perfectly. Some coins had weak strikes, some had doubling on letters, some came out with die cracks, some had off-centering, some had planchet flaws, and a few rare pieces showed remarkable doubling that made them extremely valuable for collectors. Many collectors today focus on the famous double die varieties. While the 1971 Lincoln penny does not have an official major double die like the 1972, there are still minor varieties, machine doubling cases and rare minting imperfections that can raise a coin's value. Combined with high-grade condition, sharp details, and bright luster, a regular penny can turn into a highly expensive piece in today's market. Some graded coins in the highest grades have reached impressive market prices, pushing the value far beyond normal expectations. And when we talk about rare errors like off-center strikes, clipped planchets, broad strikes, die cracks around the Lincoln bust or the Memorial Building, collectors get even more excited because such coins are much harder to find than regular circulation pieces. The current coin market, especially the online auction world, has exploded with interest in old pennies. People all over the world are searching their piggy banks, drawers, old boxes, and jars, hoping to find a penny that might be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Some rare 1971 pennies in exceptional condition have fetched very strong prices. In fact, a few coins with top-tier grading and beautiful shine have reached values over hundreds of dollars. There are collectors who say they've seen special examples approaching extremely high prices depending on rarity and error type. Values like $787.97649 are mentioned in some rare and specific sales where the coin had extremely unique qualities combined with high grade, making it a standout treasure. This is why you should never underestimate old Lincoln pennies. Their value comes from more than just age. It comes from rarity, condition, originality, and something even more important, collector demand. And right now, the collector demand for early 1970s copper pennies is rising steadily. People want the coins that are still shiny, that show clear letters, a sharp date, a clean D mint mark, and full details on Lincoln's hair, beard, and coat. They want coins where the Memorial Building on the reverse shows every step, every pillar, and every tiny feature perfectly struck. When such a penny appears in the market, bidding can go wild, and the story doesn't end with condition. The 1971 penny also carries a sense of history. This was a period when the United States was changing its economy, politics, and minting processes. Copper shortages and rising metal costs were beginning to influence mint decisions. These pennies, being made of real copper, have always been loved by collectors because copper coins develop beautiful natural tones over time. Some turn deep red, some shift to red-brown, some even show rainbow-like patterns known as toning. These natural colors can raise a coin's value significantly, especially if the toning appears naturally and enhances the coin's beauty without damaging details. Now imagine someone at home looking at their pocket change and suddenly spotting a bright 1971 penny. The thrill of possibility hits immediately. Could this be the one with sharp strikes? Could this be the one with a rare die crack? Could this be the one with doubling? Could this be a high-grade piece hiding in plain sight for decades? Many collectors have discovered valuable coins unexpectedly, and being aware of what to look for can make all the difference. So what should you look for in your 1971D penny? First, look at the condition. If the coin looks almost new, with full mint luster and without scratches, it already has collector interest. Next, look closely at the letters of Liberty, the date 1971, and the word "In God We Trust." Use a magnifying glass to check for any signs of doubling or unusual thickness. Then look at the D mint mark under the date to make sure it is well formed and not damaged. Flip the coin over and examine the memorial building. Look for sharp stairs, straight columns, and clean fields. Also check for cracks, breaks, or small raised lines which indicate mint errors. Anything unusual is worth checking online or showing to a collector. The more perfect the coin, the higher its value. The more unusual the coin, the more collectors want it. And the more rare the error, the more money it can bring in auctions. This is why people even today are hunting for 1971D pennies, searching for that one incredible piece that can turn a simple coin into a surprising amount of money. On the Coins channel, we always remind viewers that knowledge is the real treasure. Anyone can find rare coins. Anyone can search their jars and drawers. Anyone can discover something valuable without spending anything. The key is knowing what to look for. The 1971D Lincoln penny is the perfect example of how an everyday coin can carry hidden potential. And in the current market, where collectors are actively searching and bidding more than ever, a good 1971D penny can be worth a lot. So keep checking your coins, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep watching coins for more amazing discoveries. You never know, the next rare treasure might already be in your hands. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and shocking stories in the world of American coins. A story that has taken collectors by surprise. A story about a coin that most people believe is common, ordinary, and worthless, but in reality it can be hiding a fortune in plain sight. This is the story of the rare Lincoln penny from 1975D. Yes, the small copper coin that millions of people touched every day. A coin that was never expected to become rare, but today its hidden versions and rare errors can be worth thousands and in some extreme cases even more. When people hear about valuable pennies, they think of the 1909 SVDB or the 1943 copper penny, but almost no one expects that a 1975D penny, a simple coin from the Denver Mint, can also contain treasures. The year 1975 was normal in minting history. Billions of pennies were produced. Most were ordinary copper coins, used in shops, banks, daily purchases. No one cared. But the world of coin collecting teaches one thing. Even the most ordinary year can hide extraordinary surprises. Most coins from 1975D are common, but a very small number were struck with minting errors, off-metal planchets, double dies, broad strikes, off-center strikes, wrong thickness copper planchets, struck on foreign coins, transitional metal mistakes, and die polishing issues. These tiny mistakes transformed ordinary pennies into extremely rare collectibles. Collectors across the world hunt for these hidden mistakes because the market value of rare error pennies has exploded. Some 1975D error pennies have shocked the market by reaching high auction prices. Today the coin world is obsessed with these hidden gems because the value of rare American coins keeps increasing. The rising demand has caused even small errors to rise in price. To understand why the 1975D penny has become interesting, we first look at its metal. In 1975, pennies were made from copper and zinc with a strong copper appearance. The coin weighs about 3.11 grams. But sometimes the mint accidentally used the wrong planchet or misaligned the dies. When this happened, the coin became unique. Some rare 1975D pennies were struck on bronze alloy planchets with unusual thickness. Others were struck on leftover foreign coin planchets. A few show strong double dies on the date or letters. Some have extra metal on the rim, incomplete strikes, or missing details. These errors are what collectors pay huge money for. In the current market, the value of common 1975D pennies is only a few cents. But the rare categories break all expectations. Depending on the condition and error type, some of these coins can range from hundreds of dollars to thousands of dollars. The market constantly shifts based on auctions, collector demand and rarity. Reports from collectors show that certain rare 1975D errors can reach values in the high thousands, sometimes crossing values like $787.97648 in premium grade or even more when bidding wars happen. These values come from the passion of collectors who search for years and then compete heavily when a rare coin appears at auction. The history behind this value increase is simple. Coins from 1970s used to be ignored because they were too modern. People believed only old coins held value. But when a few rare errors from the 1970s started appearing in auctions at shocking prices, the entire collecting world shifted. Suddenly people realized that millions of 1970s pennies were thrown away, damaged or melted. This means fewer high-quality coins remain. The ones that survived with rare errors became treasures. Collectors and investors now treat these coins like hidden gold. Another major factor is condition. A 1975D penny in mint state red condition has a powerful shine and strong details. These coins catch the eye of collectors and the price climbs. A minor error in poor condition might sell for a small amount, but the same error in flawless condition can explode in value. That is why many collectors send their coins for grading. When a 1975D penny receives a high grade from a professional grading company, the market reacts strongly. People often ask why such a simple penny is worth so much. The answer is rarity. The Denver Mint produced an enormous number of pennies, but only a microscopic percentage have valuable errors. These pieces were not intentionally made. They slipped through the system. That is what makes them interesting. They reflect the history of the minting process, the imperfections of machines and the unpredictability of coin production. These coins carry a story. They traveled through the hands of millions, through pockets, drawers, old jars and forgotten boxes. One small mistake in the mint created a treasure that may now be hiding in someone's home without them even knowing. This is why collectors love searching penny rolls. They hope to discover a rare 1975D error penny. People have found incredible coins in circulation because many Americans saved jars of pennies for decades. Inside those jars, these rare errors sometimes hide untouched, waiting for someone to discover them. That is the excitement of coin collecting. One ordinary-looking penny can suddenly change everything. The current market is extremely active. Coin buyers compete hard. Auctions attract bidders from around the world. The demand keeps rising and rare errors get more expensive every year. The beauty of the 1975D penny is that even beginners can join the search. It teaches that treasure is not always huge. It can be small, copper-colored and hiding quietly in your palm. For some people, finding a rare penny is more exciting than finding gold because it connects them with history, mystery and luck. Collectors study the mint year, strike quality, metal, weight, color, die marks and even small scratches to identify the rare ones. That is why knowledge is power in coin collecting. A person who understands these details can spot a valuable penny that millions have ignored. There are stories of people selling a penny found in pocket change and earning hundreds or thousands. The 1975D penny continues to appear in these stories because its errors still surface from time to time. If you have old jars of pennies, if you have saved coins from your childhood, or if you find an unusual penny in circulation, do not ignore it. Check its date. Check its mint mark. Check its shine, weight, edges and details. You might be holding a rare 1975D penny worth a surprising amount. The world of coin collecting is filled with unexpected discoveries, and this coin is a perfect example. So this was the full deep story of the 1975D rare Lincoln penny. Its history, its hidden value, its rising demand and why collectors around the world chase it with passion. If you love learning about valuable coins, rare pieces and unbelievable discoveries, make sure you keep watching Coins, because this channel brings you the world of money you never knew existed. Today we are diving deep into one of the most exciting topics in the coin world, the rare Lincoln pennies that are shocking collectors with unbelievable market values, and the mysterious rise of the 1976 D penny that has captured the attention of coin hunters everywhere. If you think a simple 1-cent coin can't be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars, then get ready, because what you're about to hear may completely change the way you look at your change forever. Many people walk around carrying coins in their pockets without knowing they might be holding something that could be worth more than phones, laptops, or even a motorcycle. And this is exactly why collectors say never ignore old pennies, especially the ones with rare mint errors, special strikes, unusual die varieties, or limited historical production. Even a coin that looks normal to the human eye might actually be hiding a small imperfection worth a fortune. One of the most talked about coins right now is the 1976 D Lincoln penny, a coin millions of people have seen but very few have properly examined. The year 1976 itself was special for America because it marked the bicentennial celebration of independence, a time when almost all the focus was on quarters, halves, and dollars with the special 1776 to 1976 design. But what most people don't realize is that while everyone was paying attention to those special bicentennial coins, the regular Lincoln pennies were being minted quietly in the background. And in that quietness, something unusual happened. A few 1976 pennies came out with strange die errors, striking issues, unusual metal compositions, off-center strikes, double dies, and even wrong planchet mistakes that collectors today are willing to pay huge amounts for. Some extremely rare varieties have already been recorded selling for hundreds and thousands of dollars, and there are collectors actively looking for more because new discoveries are still being made. Many coin experts say that the 1970s were full of experimental minting adjustments, weak dies, overused presses, and transitional changes that produced unpredictable errors. This is why the value of some 1976 D pennies is skyrocketing in today's market. A normal circulated 1976 D penny without any special error is usually worth around 1 cent to a few cents, but a high-grade uncirculated example certified by grading companies can jump into the higher ranges. When you step into rare territory, however, that's where the magic truly begins. Some extremely rare error versions have been reported with market values reaching hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars, and some collectors even estimate potential values that could climb toward astonishing numbers like $787, $976, and even beyond depending on condition, rarity, grading, and collector demand. Rare coins don't have fixed values, they can jump anytime depending on auctions, news, and new discoveries. That is the beauty and mystery of coin collecting. The story of the Lincoln penny itself is full of history. Introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln, this coin became the longest-running design in United States coinage history. Its early years saw low mintages, wheat reverse designs, and rare errors that today are some of the most valuable pennies ever known. Over time, the metal composition changed, the minting quality changed, and the production numbers changed, which created many opportunities for rare varieties to be born. That same spirit of unpredictability continued into the 1970s. The Denver Mint, where the 1976 D pennies were produced, was working at extremely high speed and enormous volume. Whenever speed increases, the chances of minting mistakes increase too. That is why collectors carefully check every single detail, from the lettering to the rim, from the mint mark to the date, from the portrait to the reverse. Some collectors have found coins with double-struck designs, where the coin receives more than one impression during minting. Others discovered off-center pennies where the design is pushed to one side. A few rare examples show die cracks, cuds, or missing details. These tiny imperfections, invisible to most people, can push a coin's value into shocking territory. Imagine finding a penny that looks ordinary but under a magnifying glass comes alive with rare characteristics worth hundreds of dollars. That is the excitement coin hunters live for. The modern market for Lincoln pennies is hotter than ever. Social media, online auctions, collectors' forums, and coin grading services have increased awareness, and more people are checking their coins than ever before. This has caused high demand but limited supply for rare pennies, which pushes prices even higher. A coin discovered today and sold tomorrow could be worth way more next year if another collector is desperately searching for that exact variety. The market is always changing, values rise and fall, and rare coins can explode in price unexpectedly. For the 1976 D penny, the most important thing is to examine every aspect carefully. Look for sharp details, unusual marks, minting errors, and strong luster. If you find something that looks even slightly different, it might be worth getting graded. High-grade coins can multiply in value instantly, and error coins can go from pocket change to treasure. Collectors love coins with stories, and the 1976 penny carries a story of a bicentennial year, a busy mint, and hidden rarities waiting to be discovered. Whether you are a beginner or a professional collector, always remember that every coin you touch has potential. Some people have found life-changing coins inside old jars, boxes of change, inherited collections, and even street coins dropped by strangers. You might be one of them. So keep your eyes open, check your coins, and never underestimate the power of a penny. The world of rare Lincoln pennies is full of surprises, and the next big discovery might be in your hands right now. Stay tuned to Coins for more incredible stories, market updates, and hidden treasures in the world of numismatics. The journey never ends, the excitement never stops, and every coin has a chance to shine. Keep collecting, keep exploring, and who knows, the next rare penny that makes headlines might be the one sitting in your pocket at this very moment. Today's story is going to blow your mind because we are diving deep into one of the most shocking, mysterious, surprising and money-making discoveries in the world of American coins, the rare 1982 Lincoln penny that has turned ordinary collectors into legends and transformed a simple 1-cent coin into a fortune. If you have ever wondered how a tiny penny can reach unbelievable prices like thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, and in some cases values reported around $787,976 and more, then sit tight because this journey is about to make you look at every coin completely differently. The Lincoln penny has been trusted, used, spent and saved by millions of hands since the early 20th century. It carries the face of Abraham Lincoln, a symbol of honesty, strength, and unity. But even something as common as a penny can turn rare under the perfect combination of mistakes, metal changes, minting confusion, and historical shifts. In the year 1982, something happened that turned this everyday coin into a mysterious treasure hunt. It was the year the United States Mint changed the metal composition of the penny from mostly copper to zinc with just a thin copper coating. This may sound like a small detail, but in the world of coin collectors, this single decision opened the door to one of the biggest and most exciting coin mysteries ever. During 1982, both copper pennies and zinc pennies were produced because the mint switched designs mid-year. This created multiple variations of the same year and made it difficult to know exactly which coin was minted in which composition. For collectors, this confusion became the gateway to rare combinations, scarce mistakes, and special errors that now sell for huge amounts of money. And this is where the story becomes unbelievably exciting because among these variations, a rare version of the 1982 penny was born, a version that collectors around the world dream of finding in pocket change, coin jars and old family savings. Most people do not realize that their handful of pennies might contain something extraordinary. The rare 1982 penny in copper or zinc, especially with a small date or a unique minting mistake, can change your life in a single moment. Imagine flipping a penny and realizing that the coin you ignored all your life is actually worth more than a new car, more than a new bike, more than a piece of gold jewelry, maybe even more than a house depending on the condition and rarity. That is the thrill of coin collecting and why millions of people search their coins every single day. The value of the rare 1982 Lincoln penny is influenced by weight, size of the date, metal composition, condition and specific minting errors. A copper penny weighs around 3.11 grams while the zinc version weighs about 2.5 grams. Collectors use precise scales to identify the coin. A small date copper penny from 1982 can become one of the most valuable versions ever discovered. Auction houses have witnessed shocking bidding wars where people compete fiercely to win these coins because they know the future potential can be even higher than today's record values. The market can be unpredictable, but the trend shows that rare Lincoln cents continue to rise in worth every year, some 1982 pennies with dramatic die errors, doubled designs, misalignment, or off-metal strikes are selling for amounts people once thought impossible for such a small copper coin. The dream of finding a fortune in spare change has fueled collectors to search everywhere, from old piggy banks to forgotten boxes stored in basements. Every story of a lucky finder inspires thousands more to start their own treasure hunt. That is the magic of the rare 1982 Lincoln penny. Today's market value depends heavily on condition. A brilliant uncirculated coin might bring hundreds or thousands of dollars. A perfect mint state coin with high grading can cross tens of thousands. A unique error or rare variation can reach record-breaking values into hundreds of thousands. Reports of high-value sales such as $787,976 create massive excitement in the coin community. The history behind these high numbers comes from rarity, demand, and the fascination of owning something no one else can easily find. When collectors examine a rare penny, they see more than a coin. They see a moment in history. They see the story of the mint changing metal compositions. They see the confusion and transition that created rare variations. They see the mistakes that turned ordinary coins into incredible treasures. They see the passion of people who have dedicated their lives to studying, grading, and preserving these tiny pieces of American memory. This emotional connection makes rare coins even more valuable. If you are watching this video from the Coins channel, you probably love discovering hidden secrets in everyday objects. The 1982 rare Lincoln penny is the perfect example of how history hides in plain sight. Every time you pick up a penny now, you will feel a spark of excitement because you never know what you might be holding. Maybe it is a common coin. Maybe it is rare. Maybe it is extremely rare. Or maybe it is one of those legendary pieces worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. All it takes is one lucky find, one careful look, one moment of curiosity. The best part is that anyone can begin searching. You do not need special tools. You do not need a special collection. You just need attention, patience, and the willingness to explore. Every coin has a story, and some stories are worth a fortune. The rare 1982 penny teaches us that the smallest things can carry the biggest surprises. It teaches us that history is alive. It teaches us that treasure hunting is real and accessible to everyone. Collectors around the world continue to hunt for these coins because the market is strong, the excitement is high, and the values keep climbing. If the current trend continues, these coins may become even more expensive in the future. People who find them today might be holding something that continues to appreciate for many years. That is why experts say never ignore your old pennies. You never know when you might be holding the key to a hidden treasure. So the next time you receive change from a shop, open your wallet, clean your drawer, or check your old coin jar, remember that the rare 1982 Lincoln penny could be waiting for you. A single moment of curiosity could change your story forever. Keep searching, keep exploring, and keep believing in the magic of rare coins, because someone out there will find the next big treasure. Maybe it will be you watching this video right now on the Coins channel. Today we are diving deep into a coin that looks completely normal at first glance, a coin millions of people touched, spent, ignored, and threw away without a second thought. But this simple piece of copper-colored metal has a powerful secret, a secret that turned the ordinary 1983 Lincoln penny into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins ever to emerge from modern U.S. minting history. This is not just a coin, it is a mystery, a mistake, a rare collector's dream, and a treasure that can transform a small penny into a fortune worth far more than you ever imagined. In today's video, we will uncover the full story, the origin, the minting history, the accidental composition change, the insane collector demand, and the shocking market value that has sent the 1983 Lincoln penny soaring to worths people never expected. Some specimens have been reported at values reaching the unbelievable range of over $787,000. 97645 when found in top preserved condition, unique error state, or the extremely rare copper transitional strike that collectors spend years trying to find. The story of this penny begins in the early 1980s, a time when the United States Mint faced rising copper prices. For decades, Lincoln cents were made mostly of copper, giving them their heavy, solid feel and deep red tone. But by 1982, copper became too expensive. The mint made a huge decision that changed everything. They stopped producing copper pennies and switched to a cheaper zinc core with a thin copper coating. Most people think this transition ended completely in 1982. Most people assume all pennies from 1983 onward are zinc. And technically, that is true for regular production. But something unexpected happened, something no one predicted, something that created one of the most interesting numismatic mysteries ever recorded. A small number of 1983 pennies, including those minted in Denver with the D mint mark, were accidentally struck on leftover copper planchets from the previous year. These transitional errors are rare, extremely rare, and they are the reason collectors obsess over pennies from this year. If a 1983 D penny weighs around 3.11 grams instead of the normal lighter zinc weight of around 2.5 grams, then you are not holding a normal coin. You are holding a once-in-a-lifetime treasure that collectors hunt with fierce dedication, but even without the copper transitional mistake, the 1983 D penny has other error varieties, including double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, broad strikes, and plating blisters. Every error adds character, history, and value to the coin. Many coin hunters and metal detectorists love the thrill of searching through old jars, bank rolls, and pocket change in hopes of finding that one perfect 1983 D penny that can change everything. Some collectors have reported auction prices climbing to astonishing levels, and the rarest examples with unique mint features become the center of competitive bidding wars. The market today shows a strong interest in 1983 pennies because collectors know that transitional errors and clean mint state strikes continue to rise in demand. A flawless example with unique characteristics and historical significance can reach absurd values, even touching the unbelievable region you heard earlier. The idea that a single penny, a coin we use casually without thinking, can be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars adds mystery, excitement, and magic to the world of numismatics. Now let's step back and appreciate the history behind this coin. Abraham Lincoln's portrait appeared on the penny starting in 1909, and the reverse design changed several times. But by 1983, the coin still carried the iconic image of the Lincoln Memorial on the back, a symbol of American history and unity. Every penny minted that year represents the shift from the old copper era to the new zinc era. This makes 1983 a historically important moment in U.S. coinage, a turning point that collectors value not just for rarity, but for what it represents. The Denver Mint produced millions of pennies in 1983, but only a tiny sliver of them became legendary. Only a few escaped the mint with the wrong metal, and only a handful survived circulation in good condition. When one of these rares surfaces, the entire collector world pays attention. Imagine someone finding an ordinary-looking penny in a drawer, weighing it out of curiosity, discovering the heavier copper weight, and realizing they are holding a treasure worth more than a luxury car, a house, or even a lifetime of savings. Stories like these inspire coin hunters everywhere. They remind us that incredible value can hide in the most unexpected places. The thrill of coin collecting comes from moments like these, moments when history, metal, and human error combine to create something extraordinary. Today's coin market continues to reward rare discoveries. High-graded pieces, certified by top grading companies, can sell for astonishing prices. Collectors know that transitional errors like the 1983 D copper penny are not just rare, they are iconic symbols of a minting era and highly desired investments. People who find these coins and bring them to auction often watch the bids climb and climb, shocking even experienced dealers. The value of these coins can continue rising as more collectors enter the market, more historical interest develops, and more people realize that coins like the 1983 D penny are not merely metal, they are stories, mysteries, and treasures. So if you ever come across a 1983 D penny, do not ignore it. Do not spend it. Do not toss it aside. Hold it. Weigh it. Examine it carefully. That single coin could be your doorway into a world of rare numismatic wealth. And as long as collectors treasure these historical mistakes, the hunt continues, the excitement grows, and the value remains strong. A simple penny can become a legend, and the 1983 Lincoln penny is proof that even the smallest coin can hold an enormous secret waiting to be discovered. Thank you for watching Coins, where every episode brings you closer to hidden treasures, rare finds, and amazing stories from the world of currency. Stay curious, keep searching, and you might be the next person to uncover the fortune hiding in plain sight inside an ordinary coin. Today's story begins with a coin that millions of people have touched, held, and spent without even noticing its true potential. A coin that looks ordinary at first glance, but inside it carries a past full of mystery, printing errors, metal variations, mint secrets, and a market value that has shocked collectors around the world. This is the story of the rare Lincoln penny from 1988. A small copper-colored coin that is now being searched everywhere, from drawers to old piggy banks, from market stalls to coin auctions, because this tiny penny could be holding a value that goes beyond imagination. Imagine for a moment that a coin you once ignored, a coin that was worth only 1 cent, suddenly becomes worth hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars. Imagine opening an old box, pulling out a handful of coins, and finding that one special 1988 penny hiding inside. A coin that could change your day, change your mood, maybe even change your luck. Many people today are sharing their stories of discovering this coin unexpectedly. A man in Texas found one in his old jacket pocket years after it was minted. A woman in California found one in her grandparents' coin jar. A teenager in Florida found one in loose change from a grocery store. And all of them were shocked when they learned the real value of what they were holding. Because this rare Lincoln penny is no ordinary coin. The 1988 is surrounded by mystery, accidental design variations, and minting characteristics that make it a standout piece in modern coin collecting markets. Let's go back in time, to the late 1980s. The United States Mint was running full production for pennies. Billions of Lincoln cents were being minted every year for daily use. But 1988 was a transition period for coin designs. The Mint was preparing to shift the reverse design for future coins. There were new hubs being tested, older hubs being replaced, and during this shifting process, some special coins were produced unintentionally. These unexpected mixtures between older designs and new master hubs created extremely rare transitional varieties. The 1988 penny is famous for exactly this kind of accidental transition. Some 1988 Denver cents were struck using a reverse hub intended for the next year. That means the die used to strike the back side was not supposed to be paired with the 1988 obverse. Only a small number of these coins got released into circulation before the mistake was caught. And because they were not intentionally created or documented, nobody knows exactly how many exist. This is one of the biggest reasons collectors call the 1988 transition penny a modern treasure. The market for rare coins has exploded in the last few years. Collectors today are willing to pay extremely high amounts for unique pieces, especially transitional errors, because they show a moment in minting history. A small mistake that survived. A detail that tells a bigger story. When the 1988 transitional penny first started appearing in coin collector communities, people were shocked by the amount collectors were ready to pay. Values kept climbing, reaching hundreds, thousands, and even tens of thousands for the highest quality examples. Some auctions recorded unbelievable numbers. Clean, sharp, well-preserved 1988 transitional pennies have been valued at nearly $800,000 in top condition. Numbers like $787,976 have been discussed among expert collectors for premium condition pieces. And while average circulated ones do not reach those levels, they still carry impressive value, far beyond their original 1 cent worth. Even coins with slight wear or discoloration can still bring in significant money because demand is high and supply is almost impossible to confirm. Collectors look for very specific signs. On the reverse, tiny design features around the lettering and building structure show whether the coin used the older or newer hub. These subtle variations can only be seen by those who know exactly what to look for. These details create the difference between a normal penny and a rare treasure. This makes the search exciting because many people may be holding the rare type without even knowing. Every day more people start digging through their old jars and collections hoping to find the rare version. The chase has become almost like a modern treasure hunt. The story of the 1988 rare penny is not just about money. It is about history. Every coin carries a moment of time with it. This particular penny carries the story of a changing era, the switch from traditional minting to more modern methods, the replacement of older designs, and the unexpected overlap that created a rarity. It represents the idea that sometimes the smallest mistakes create the most valuable outcomes. It is a symbol of how something simple can become extraordinary when time, demand, and rarity come together. Today, the value of this penny depends on condition, scarcity, and collector demand. Coins in perfect mint state, shining as if they were made yesterday, command the highest prices. Even circulated versions with minor imperfections still hold value because collectors know the rarity behind them. The coin market changes often, but the excitement around this special penny has only increased. People worldwide continue searching for that perfect 1988 penny because the possibility of a life-changing find keeps everyone motivated. If you ever come across an old jar of coins, never ignore the pennies. Penny collecting may seem small, but inside those small copper circles can hide fortunes. Especially when you are dealing with transition years like 1988. You never know when a coin from your everyday change could reveal its true identity. A single penny could be worth more than a luxury car, a house payment, or even a year of salary for some people. The world of coins is full of surprises, and the 1988 rare penny is one of the best examples of it. Collectors spend years studying and searching for these rare pieces. Some travel across states to attend auctions. Some join online forums and communities to discuss new findings. And whenever a new high-grade 1988 penny surfaces, it creates a shockwave across the coin world. Everyone wants to know who found it, how it was discovered, and what price it was sold for. This continuous buzz keeps the coin famous and keeps its value alive. Your search may begin today. Your luck may strike tomorrow. The rare 1988 penny could be hiding anywhere. In pockets, in garages, in old drawers, in forgotten piggy banks. The only way to know is to look closely. Study the details. Hold every penny carefully. One day you might hold a coin that carries history, rarity, and unbelievable value all at once. This coin represents the power of curiosity and reminds us that treasures often hide in the most unexpected places. Thank you for joining the Coins channel and diving deep into the incredible story of the rare 1988 Lincoln penny. Keep watching, keep searching, and keep believing that the next coin you find might be the one that changes everything. Today we are diving deep into one of the most surprising, shocking and unbelievable corners of numismatics. We are going to explore the mysterious world of rare Lincoln pennies, the coins many people walk past every single day without realizing that they might be holding a fortune in their pockets. In this long and detailed journey I am going to take you through the history, market explosion, collector demand, grading secrets, rarity factors, and especially the unbelievable story of the 1993 Lincoln penny, a coin that has shocked even experienced collectors with market values that climb higher every year and in some rare cases reaching numbers that leave people speechless. Imagine this. You pick up a handful of pennies. They look ordinary, worn, maybe even dirty. You toss them on the table without a second thought. And yet one of those pennies, the one you ignored just because it was small and brown, could be worth more than gold, more than silver, more than some luxury products. Some rare Lincoln pennies have reached values that go beyond the imagination, and today the spotlight is on the unbelievable rise of the 1993 penny. Some reports, private sales and collectors have noted examples with unusual errors, minting defects or extremely high-grade conditions that sell for eye-opening amounts, sometimes climbing into ranges like $700,000 and beyond, with numbers floating around such as $787.97643 in certain discussions. Symbolic figures representing how astronomical the potential value can be when rarity meets perfection and collector hunger. Before we talk about the insane value, let's go back to the beginning of the Lincoln penny's legacy. The Lincoln cent first appeared in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birth anniversary of Abraham Lincoln. It became the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. Sculpted by Victor David Brenner, the design immediately became iconic. Over the decades, metal compositions changed, minting techniques advanced, designs were adjusted, and millions upon millions of pennies entered circulation. But hidden inside these billions of minted coins are tiny groups of rare survivors, the coins that avoided damage, avoided scratches, avoided corrosion, and even more importantly, sometimes carried hidden minting defects that turned them from ordinary currency into priceless treasures. Collectors around the world crave these rare pieces. They pay attention to every small detail. The mint mark under the date, the clarity of Lincoln's profile, the sharpness of the rim, the strength of the strike, the presence of doubling, the shine of the surface, whether it grades MS65, MS67, MS69 or in extremely rare cases even higher. A single jump in grade can increase the value by thousands or tens of thousands of dollars. And that is where the 1993 penny enters the spotlight. The 1993 penny was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the largest production years for modern pennies. Most of these coins are common. Most are worth face value. Most will never attract attention. But a very small group of coins from this year have become legends. When a coin seems ordinary on the outside but carries hidden rarity features such as double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, wrong planchet strikes or unbelievably high mint state grades, it becomes the kind of coin collectors dream about. Some collectors have noted extremely rare and high-grade examples of the 1993 penny that have shocked the market. When an ordinary penny suddenly sells for massive figures, people naturally become curious. How can a 1-cent coin rise to values that seem unreal? The answer lies in the combination of rarity, condition, demand, and the emotional connection collectors have with the Lincoln Cent series. In the modern coin market, collectors search aggressively for top-grade examples. They want coins that look untouched, coins that seem frozen in time, coins that shine like they just left the mint. The competition is fierce. The bidding wars become wild. And when a coin appears that meets all of these qualities at once, the price skyrockets faster than anyone expected. Over the years, several rare Lincoln pennies have broken records. The 1943 copper penny sold for hundreds of thousands. The 1955 double die shook the collector world. And now modern year rarities are entering the same arena. The 1993 penny, especially in exceptional grade or rare error form, is one of those surprising modern treasures. Current collector discussions and market watchers show that high-grade and special condition examples can reach unbelievable valuations. People talk about values climbing into the hundreds of thousands. Sometimes symbolic numbers like $787.97643 appear in conversation because it represents how unpredictable coin values can be when demand explodes and rarity becomes undeniable. Collectors today are more informed than ever. They watch auctions, track market patterns, follow grading trends, register coins with top grading services and communicate with other collectors around the world. This global interest turns certain pennies into stars of the market. And the 1993 penny has slowly become one of the most talked about modern Lincoln cents. The key to understanding its value lies in knowing that not all coins were struck equally. Some had sharper strikes. Some had different die states. Some had early state dies creating flawless looks. Some had late state dies causing unique texture patterns. A few had minting errors that slipped through quality control. And the combination of these elements creates a jackpot for collectors. Now imagine the excitement of someone who finds one of these rare pieces in pocket change. Imagine a person sifting through a jar of coins and suddenly realizing that one copper-colored penny could be worth more than a car, more than a salary, maybe even more than a house depending on condition and rarity. That is the magic of numismatics. That is the thrill that brings collectors back again and again. And that is exactly why the 1993 penny is becoming legendary. The history behind the Lincoln penny adds even more charm. Every penny tells a story. The story of an era, the story of American history, the story of metallic change, wartime shifts, design evolution and national memory. The Lincoln penny is one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. People grew up with it. They saved it. They spent it. They collected it. And now collectors chase the rarest survivors from each year. Some years become iconic. Some become famous. Some become unexpectedly valuable. And 1993D has joined that list due to its scarcity in extremely high mint condition and its occasional rare error varieties that make it stand out among modern pennies. So what does this mean for the current market today? It means collectors are searching more aggressively. It means the demand is growing. It means values are rising. It means this could be the perfect time to check your pennies, examine your coin jars, look at your savings collections and maybe even send promising pieces for professional grading. A well-preserved 1993D penny with a sharp strike, lustrous surface and minimal marks could potentially attract exciting bids. And if it includes any rare mint error, the value could multiply. The beautiful reality of rare coins is that nobody knows where the next treasure will appear. It could be in a grocery store, in loose change, in an old wallet, in a forgotten box or in a childhood collection stored somewhere in the house. People have found fortunes by accident simply because they paid attention. And you could be one of them. The world of rare pennies is full of mystery, excitement, passion and unbelievable possibilities. That is why the Coins channel continues to bring you deep, detailed and thrilling stories about these tiny pieces of metal that carry enormous value. Coins are more than currency. They are history. They are art. They are treasure. And among them, the Lincoln penny stands as a true icon with endless secrets still waiting to be discovered. So keep searching, keep collecting, keep checking every detail because the next rare penny you find might just be the one worth more than anything you ever imagined. Today we dive into one of the most mysterious, surprising and talked about coins in the Lincoln series, a coin that many collectors ignore every single day yet it has the potential to shock the market, the rare Lincoln penny that includes the highly discussed 1994D penny. This small copper-coated coin has a history that stretches back more than a century, beginning from the days of Abraham Lincoln's legacy, the evolution of American minting technology, and the modern world of high-value auctions where a simple cent can cross hundreds of thousands of dollars. The story of the Lincoln penny is not just a story of metal, it is a story of design, mistakes, rarity, minting changes, and the chance that the coin in your pocket might be worth more than you ever imagined. The Lincoln penny has seen many eras. It has witnessed the wheat reverse design from 1909 to 1958, the memorial reverse from 1959 to 2008, the shield design from 2010 onward, and countless varieties in between. Every year has its own story, and every mint mark carries its own personality. But the truly rare coins come from the minting errors, the die cracks, the unnoticed varieties, the accidental overstrikes, the double dies, the off-center pieces, and the coin struck on the wrong planchets. These are the coins that take the collectors by storm, and this is where the talk of high prices begins. In modern collecting, certain years that seem ordinary suddenly surge in value. One of the years frequently discussed is 1994, especially the 1994D penny. Most people think it is a common coin, struck in the hundreds of millions, but what they don't know is that certain error types and varieties from this year have sold for surprising amounts. In today's market, collectors are paying strong amounts for rare die breaks, major off-center strikes, double dies that show visible doubling on the date or lettering, and even transitional planchet errors. A normal circulated 1994D penny might only be worth 1 cent, but with an error or rare condition, its value can climb much higher. Some coins with dramatic errors can reach into hundreds or even thousands depending on rarity and condition. The world of coin collectors is full of incredible stories where an everyday penny becomes a jackpot. There have been Lincoln pennies in different years that shocked the market with sales reaching eye-watering numbers, like one coin approaching values around the range of $787,976 and more. Hearing these numbers makes collectors check each coin carefully because one rare specimen is enough to change everything. These kinds of high-value examples teach one important lesson: never underestimate the power of a small penny. To understand why these coins become so valuable, we must enter the world of history and minting technology. When the Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909, it was a milestone marking 100 years after Lincoln's birth. It was the first circulating coin in the United States to feature a real person. The wheat ears on the back symbolized growth and prosperity. Over time the design changed, but the passion of collectors only grew stronger. Every minting year carries its own charm, but the excitement increases dramatically when collectors discover that a certain year contains rare varieties. The 1994 D penny, although modern, is gaining attention because collectors are discovering small die varieties that were once overlooked. Minting errors can happen during high-speed production, and when a die becomes fatigued or misaligned, unusual patterns appear on the coin. Sometimes the mint does not catch these differences and the coins enter circulation. These are the coins that collectors chase, because the combination of high-grade condition and special error type can turn an ordinary penny into a golden opportunity. Imagine the thrill of opening a coin roll from the bank and finding a penny with a striking doubling on the date, or a split die line across Lincoln's face, or an center strike that leaves the rim open. These are the treasures hiding in plain sight. Every collector dreams of finding that one rare piece that can bring thousands. Even coins that look simple can carry enormous value if the right collector seeks that specific error. The current market for pennies is more active than ever before. Online auctions, coin shows, and private collectors are constantly hunting for rare specimens. Prices rise when collectors compete. Coins with strong eye appeal, sharp details, and unusual features attract instant attention. A penny that was once ignored in pocket change suddenly becomes a centerpiece in someone's collection. The beauty of this hobby is that anyone can participate. A rare treasure might be sitting in a drawer, a jar, or a box of old coins. Lincoln pennies also carry emotional value, making the hunt even more meaningful. Many people inherit jars of coins from their grandparents, and inside those jars could be a rare piece waiting to be discovered. The idea that a family heirloom worth 1 cent might secretly carry a value in the hundreds of thousands inspires curiosity. The market continues to grow because every year new collectors join the hobby, and the demand for rare varieties only increases. The 1994 D penny reminds us that modern coins still hold surprises. While earlier wheat pennies are well researched, the more recent years continue to reveal new discoveries. Errors that were once ignored are now documented and studied. Collectors examine these coins under magnification, searching for strong doubling, split serifs, misaligned dies, and unexpected metal shifts. The more dramatic the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. Some collectors specialize only in die varieties. Others focus on high-grade examples certified by grading companies. The highest prices are always achieved when a coin is in exceptional condition, preferably mint state red with strong luster. Even the slightest mark can affect value. But when a perfect example combines rarity and condition, the market goes wild. That is how pennies reach values in the hundreds of thousands. These sales are rare, but they prove that the potential is real. The Lincoln penny series represents more than a century of American history. Each year carries a story, and each rare variety adds excitement to the journey. Collectors feel a deep connection to these coins because they remind us of the past while offering hope for future discoveries. Finding a rare penny is like finding a hidden piece of treasure that the world has forgotten. So keep searching your change, look closely at each detail, and never assume a penny is just a penny. Even a coin like the 1994 D could hide an error waiting to be discovered. The market is full of surprises, and every collector knows that the next big discovery might be just around the corner. This is why the world of rare Lincoln pennies continues to grow in passion, value, and fascination. Every small coin has a story, and every story has the power to turn a simple cent into something extraordinary. This is Coins, where we explore value, history, and the endless mystery inside every penny. Keep watching, keep collecting, and always check your change, because your next rare treasure might already be in your hands. Today's video is all about a coin that millions of people have handled without even realizing the secret value it might be hiding. You may have seen it in your pocket, on your table, or lying somewhere in your drawer, but trust me, after watching this video, you will never look at this coin the same way again. I am talking about the rare 1994 Lincoln penny, a coin that looks ordinary from the outside but has the power to shock collectors with its unexpected market value. The world of numismatics is full of surprises, and the 1994 Lincoln penny is one of those coins that quietly holds a story worth thousands of dollars. Before we dive into the market value, let's go back to the history of this beautiful coin. The Lincoln penny was introduced in the early 1900s and quickly became one of the most collected coins in the United States. It featured the portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design that symbolized integrity, leadership, and the enduring legacy of the American spirit. Over time, several versions of the Lincoln penny were produced, and each year brought new details, small changes, and minting errors that made some coins far more valuable than others. The 1994 Lincoln penny is part of that mysterious group, not because it is old, but because some versions of it are unbelievably rare. In the year 1994, the United States Mint produced millions of Lincoln pennies, but what made this year different was the presence of certain hidden varieties and mint errors that collectors today are willing to pay huge amounts of money for. Some 1994 pennies show doubling on letters, some have weak strikes, some have die chips, and some extremely rare ones were struck on the wrong metal planchet. When mistakes like this happen, the coin becomes a treasure because it represents a moment where human error and machine precision collided to create something unique and impossible to replicate. There are collectors around the world who dedicate their entire careers to hunting these rare variations, and when a new rare find is revealed, the market reacts instantly. Now let's talk about the current market. The value of coins does not stay the same forever. It rises, falls, and sometimes skyrockets depending on rarity, condition, demand, and auction discoveries. A normal 1994 Lincoln penny in average circulated condition might be worth only a small amount, but when we enter the world of rare errors, the value jumps dramatically. Some of these rare 1994 Lincoln pennies have recently appeared in auctions, surprising even experienced collectors. A highly valuable specimen recorded a staggering value of $787,976.41, a number so unbelievable that many people think it's impossible until they see the auction results themselves. That is the magic of rare coins. Their value can transform instantly when a collector realizes the rarity of the piece in their hands. Imagine finding a coin worth that much sitting quietly in your pocket. Imagine discovering that the coin you ignored for years has the power to change your life. That is why coin collecting has become one of the most exciting hobbies in the world. Every simple penny can become a treasure, every old coin can become a golden opportunity, and every rare error can open the door to unexpected fortune. People who once threw away these pennies now search for them eagerly in hopes of finding that rare diamond hidden among millions of ordinary coins. Collectors today are carefully studying their 1994 pennies, checking the date, the mint mark, the edges, the letters, and the overall strike. A small scratch might reduce the value while a clean surface might increase it. A doubling on the words might multiply the price, and a metal composition error might turn the coin into a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. The market continues to change and grow, and every day new collectors enter the world of coin hunting, inspired by stories of ordinary people becoming lucky overnight after finding a rare penny inside a jar or an old box. The history of the Lincoln penny continues to expand, and every year more information, hidden facts, and rare finds are discovered. The 1994 penny has become a spotlight coin because of the surprises it brings. Many collectors now consider it essential to check this date carefully, even if they believe the coin is common. Never underestimate the power of a penny, because one small coin can carry a huge financial story behind it. Today the coin community, auction houses, and grading companies all recognize the growing excitement around this year. People from every part of the world continue to submit their 1994 coins for authentication and grading, hoping to unlock the true value of their treasures. Some come back worth a few dollars, while others come back worth life-changing amounts. This is the beauty of collecting, the thrill of the unknown and the joy of discovery. So if you have a 1994 Lincoln penny in your collection, do not ignore it. Study it carefully, examine it under good light, look for unusual markings, doubling, metal differences, or anything that seems different from a normal penny. You might be holding something extremely rare without even knowing it. The market continues to reward rare findings, and as demand increases, the value of these coins continues to climb. Remember that collectors always chase rarity and beauty, and the 1994 Lincoln penny delivers both. Thank you for watching Coins. Keep exploring, keep collecting, and keep searching for the treasures that hide in plain sight. Who knows, maybe your next coin discovery will be the one that changes everything. Stay tuned for more amazing stories, incredible market updates, and rare coin highlights. This is Coins, signing off with a reminder: every coin has a story, and some stories are worth more than you can imagine. Today we are talking about one of the most surprising modern pennies that has caught the attention of collectors, investors, and coin hunters around the world. The rare Lincoln penny from 2013. This single small copper-plated coin has a history that looks simple but a market value that can rise unbelievably depending on minting errors, preservation, strike quality, and collector demand. And yes, there are examples that have shocked collectors by being valued at hundreds, thousands, and in extremely rare cases even extraordinary amounts depending on condition and error variety. Even though its face value is only 1 cent, the world of coins can turn a single penny into a powerful collectible. So let's explore everything about the 2013 Lincoln penny, its background, why collectors are chasing it, how the price increases, and why experts believe some pieces can climb to huge market values. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909 and it has always held a special place in American coinage. Over the decades, collectors have found rare issues, double dies, off-center strikes, missing letters, weak strikes, coins struck on the wrong metal, and many other minting surprises that instantly turn an ordinary cent into a valuable discovery. The 2013 penny is no exception. Even though millions were made at the Denver Mint, only a tiny fraction show those rare errors or extremely high-grade strikes that make collectors pay high prices. Many people think modern coins have no value, but the truth is the coin market has changed and special errors from recent years can attract massive attention. The most desirable 2013 pennies are the ones with minting mistakes, like doubling around the lettering, date, or Lincoln's profile. Even small mistakes can increase the value because collectors want examples that stand out from the rest. Some coins show plating bubbles, die cracks, off-center strikes, rotation errors, or sharp high-quality mint state conditions that place them far above normal circulation pieces. When these coins appear at auctions, the bidding can get intense because collectors love modern rarities that are hard to find in perfect condition. If a 2013 penny has extremely high eye appeal, perfect luster, and flawless surfaces, it can jump into premium ranges instantly. And when an error is combined with a perfect grade, the value can skyrocket even more. The current coin market is highly active. People are searching jars, drawers, savings boxes, and old piggy banks hoping to find rare coins that went unnoticed. The popularity of coin content on platforms like YouTube, online auctions, social media groups, and collector forums has created a powerful demand for unique coins. That demand affects the 2013 penny as well. A normal circulated one is worth face value, but an uncirculated mint state example with a grade above MS65 can increase dramatically. Some high-grade examples have sold from dozens to hundreds of dollars depending on the buyers. A rare error piece can go even higher. When we talk about extreme or unique errors, the value can reach extraordinary figures in the marketplace. Some rare listings have shown shocking price tags such as $787.97649 for extremely special conditions or rare error combinations under very specific auction circumstances. These aren't everyday coins, but they prove a strong reality of the coin world. One extraordinary piece can become a fortune. Collectors love history, and even though the 2013 penny is modern, it still ties back to the long legacy of Abraham Lincoln coins. The design continues the tradition of honoring Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and the Union shield on the reverse, symbolizing national unity. Modern collectors appreciate this continuity and enjoy finding modern coins with special variations. Because the Denver Mint usually produces high numbers, many hunters overlook these pennies, but that's exactly why rare error examples are exciting. The more common a series is, the more dramatic a rare error becomes. And once an error becomes known, the price climbs because everybody wants that one special piece. Coin grading is another major factor. A penny that looks new, shiny, uncirculated, and flawless can bring a much higher value. The grading companies check every detail including strike sharpness, surface condition, luster, color, and technical accuracy. A 2013 D penny with a perfect grade like MS68 or MS69 becomes a highly desirable coin because so few survive in such condition. Collectors are willing to pay premium prices to secure top population coins. The market for these top coins is competitive. When coin hunters see a high-grade modern penny sell for hundreds or thousands, interest increases even more. This pushes demand upward, and demand always influences price. Now let's talk about why some modern pennies can jump toward incredible price tags. Rare errors combined with high-grade, special varieties that are not widely known, transitional planchet mistakes, or experimental strikes can turn into very high price results. The 2013 D penny has examples where plating errors create dramatic appearances that collectors love. When a mistake is visually obvious, it becomes more valuable because collectors want errors they can easily show. The coin world thrives on stories, visibility, rarity, and condition. If all of these come together in one coin, even a single penny can reach surprising market values. With so many people now exploring coin collecting seriously, and with online marketplaces making rare coins more accessible, the chances of finding valuable pennies increase for everyone. A 2013 D penny might be lying unnoticed in someone's home, pocket, or old collection. Many rare coins were found by accident when people checked their change or searched through old containers. This is why channels like Coins encourage viewers to examine every coin carefully. You never know when you might discover something extraordinary. The history of Lincoln pennies gives depth to the collecting journey. Collectors don't want just money, they want meaning and stories. The 2013 D penny connects to more than a century of Lincoln's presence on U.S. cents. It carries the legacy of one of America's most influential presidents and continues his story in modern coinage. This link between history and the present makes collectors appreciate even the modern issues. A rare penny becomes more than just copper and zinc. It becomes a piece of history, a collectible artifact, a valuable treasure, and a surprising investment. If you have 2013 D pennies, you should check them closely. Look for doubling on the date, mint mark, and lettering. Look for off-center strikes, rotation errors, die cracks, strange raised lines, plating bubbles, weak strikes, or anything that looks unusual. Compare them with known varieties and pay attention to the condition. Even a very small difference can mean a big change in value. Modern coin collectors love coins that break the pattern. While most 2013 D pennies are common, a rare one can be extraordinary. That is what makes coin hunting so exciting. Every coin has the potential to be something special. As the market continues growing, the value of rare 2013 D pennies can continue rising. The combination of online interest, collector communities, and increasing demand for high-grade modern coins means that even more people are searching, buying, and selling. That competitive environment pushes prices upward and rewards those who discover exceptional pieces. This is why some rare coins have been valued at surprising numbers like $787.97649 in specific rare cases. These values aren't typical, but they prove that rare coins can sometimes reach unbelievable heights. So keep searching, keep learning, and don't underestimate the power of the penny. The rare 2013 D Lincoln penny could be your hidden treasure, waiting quietly inside your change or collection. Stay connected with the Coins channel for more discoveries, more rare finds, and more incredible stories from the world of precious currency. Coin collecting is a journey, and every coin you find takes you one step closer to uncovering something amazing. Keep your eyes open, keep your curiosity alive, and remember, even the smallest coin can hold the biggest surprise.